Hello everyone, I am Ankit Yadav and today I am here to explain storytelling in the aspect of Liquid Galaxy and showing the immersive virtual tour using KML. So let's move on and see the agenda of today's presentation. So first of all, we will be covering what is storytelling and what is the role of Liquid Galaxy in storytelling. Moving on, we will be understanding what is a virtual tour and then we will be looking the KML sequence to create a virtual tour. Then the very important part of the presentation is smooth camera flow. We will be looking how what the user is seeing in while the storytelling is or virtual tour is going on. Then we will be looking at what is the role of multi-screen and what is the importance in the vision in the human vision of a multi-screen that affects the storytelling, basically the experience of user. Then we will be looking for the some real world examples in the in the sector of education and business. And at the end, we will be looking at the demo. So let's move on. Let's first understand what is storytelling in Liquid Galaxy. So storytelling, we all know what is storytelling. We all love to hear and tell our stories. We are introducing a Liquid Galaxy platform to tell that story in a very immersive and multi-screen display to narrate those story in a highly engaging visual and interactive way. So now, if we talk about Liquid Galaxy, so Liquid Galaxy was started by Google in 2008, which basically for the Google Earth viewers, which involved the powerful tool for data visualization, education, marketing, and presentation. So using the Liquid Galaxy, we are making our user to feel inside the story. Let's move on and understand what is a virtual tour. So virtual tour is, if I try to explain you this with an example. So we know when our vacation is starting. So we usually plan our journey before going outside. So we mark the location at which we'll be visiting and how much time we will be staying there and what will be the next location during the vacation. So similarly, changing the when we are doing a virtual tour on Google Earth, so we will be programming our journey through the geographic location with control uh, time angle, and narration. Some components of virtual tour are place mark. So the specific location to which we will be visiting is our place mark. Like we will be giving it a coordinate, name, and a description about that location. And duration, the second component is duration. So duration is basically how much time we will be staying at particular location. So as we also decide that this will be the duration for which we will be staying at the specific location during our vacation. So similarly, the duration here is also that how much time we will be visualizing the particular place mark. And the very important component in the storytelling is camera angle. So camera angle is basically the viewpoint of user that decides the experience of the user. It will be covered in a detail in a further slides. The next thing is transactions. So transactions are basically when there is an animation kind of thing when you are moving from one place to another. So if I all combine you tell you that what is a virtual tour in a basic language. So basically, when we are pre-programming our journey with the four component in our mind. First is place mark, the place at which we will be visiting, the duration for what we will be staying, and the camera angle, the how the user will be looking, and the transaction how we are going from one place to another. Now let's see the sequence of KML. So KML, when we start our document tag, so first of all, the first place mark which we are adding is Eiffel Tower to Paris, Eiffel Tower Paris. So yeah, the description is provided. It is built in 1889 and 330-meter tall, symbol of France. And look at tag is starting and in which the coordinates are passed. These are coordinate of the Eiffel Tower and the range, tilt, and heading are being explained further when the camera angle part will be coming. Then a point tag starts in which the coordinates are passed, which are basically to place mark the specific location. So similarly, if we have to go to the other location, so we will be creating the place mark for that location also. and providing the coordinate and the angle of the view to the user to that particular place mark also. Similarly, as this is states the description journey from Eiffel Tower to the Statue of Liberty, so we will be the first place mark will be the Eiffel Tower, and the second place mark will be the Statue of Liberty. And similarly, we will be providing the name, description, and look at and the point by which the place mark will be created. Now let's move on to the very important part. So very important in the storytelling with the Liquid Galaxy is that the how the user is looking and visualizing the story. So there are basically four camera movements. Flight 2 is basically a transaction flight when you are going from one location to another. This is a part of transaction which basically increases the which gives a signal to the brain that you are really visualizing it when we are going from one place on a globe to the other place. And the tilt is basically the angle what the user is looking and from where the user is looking. The zoom is basically what range of the area we will be covering around the coordinate which we have mentioned. And the fourth movement is heading. So heading is basically from which direction we are looking to the specific coordinate which we have provided. This is basically the direction from we are looking from the south, north, east, or west. There might be a question arise that what is why we need a transaction, why transaction matters. So if we consider it like that, when we are moving from one place to another, so we're basically boarding a flight. So similarly, we are giving an experience to the user that this is a part of globe which we are experiencing, and the next part is the other part of the globe. So we will be taking a flight from that location to that. Here analogy is also given with the driving a car. So a smooth acceleration will be a good transition to flight. Turning steering will be with the heading and the direction, and adjusting your seat and changing a tilt angle. This is basically the angle what the user is seeing. A statement is also given. A good driver, basically a storyteller, makes a passenger, basically audience, comfortable. That is the importance of camera flow and transaction in the storytelling when we are doing it with the Liquid Galaxy. So there are four uh, movements which I have explained the previous slide also. Now let's see them in a detail. So flight 2 is basically establishing your journey, like the transaction which is taking from one place to another. So here's a flight 2 tag is starting and the duration is been passed. So duration is passed, here is 5, so it is a 5 second. So from one location to the next location, it will be taking us 5 seconds to reach the next location. And the fly to mode is being given that is a bounce. So we will be bouncing from one location to another. Second movement is basically it is mentioned in the flight to tag only, which is basically the as I mentioned earlierly also that the user will be experiencing the 3D reality of the map. So here we will be passing an angle. So as the angles have been given here, 0 degree giving a vertical eye view, 65 degree a dramatic view, 90 degree giving a horizon view. So these all are the view which will be deciding the user's experience while the virtual tour is going on. Third component is heading. Heading is also being passed in a fly to where we will be giving a user a direction. So the in this also the angle is being passed and the angles will be providing the specific direction like north, east, west, south. The last movement is zoom. So zoom is basically the range which we will be covering. So it basically uh, eliminates the distraction. So here the range is passed to be a thousand. So thousand. This is basically in meters. So in meters. So here thousand is passed. So it will be covering around 1 kilometer of the area around the coordinate which we have passed. So this makes an eye like it is clearing the view of the user so that the bounded area is only visible to the user. Now let's understand what is multi-screen panoramic storytelling. So there is a line in storytelling that see the detail without losing the world. So there are like beyond the window effect, which basically tells when we are looking outside from a window. So you know that you are not in present in the environment. You are in somewhere else and there is a window, you are looking outside, the environment is outside. But when you go beyond the window, you see your peripheral vision also gives a signal to the brain that yes, you are in present in the environment. So the second point, as the second point says, that makes a physical connection between you and the your brain, that you are at present, at that you are really at that environment. Now, a question might arise that why we are using odd screen in a liquid galaxy. So, as we know, our peripheral vision is like uh, semicircular. So, liquid galaxy is basically, to make a semicircular, we have to provide a center screen, which will be basically our main screen at which our specific coordinate or the main part will be visible, and the adjusting two to correspondingly will be adjusting our peripheral vision, so that we will be wrapped up and our brain feels it as an real. Now let's see what is the importance of multi-screen in visualization. So as a study says that human is able to cover 210 degree in front of his eyes. So all peripheral vision and open vision. So when we are using single screen like a laptop or computer, so we are witnessing like only 60% of our vision. So our peripheral vision is shifted from right and left. Then our brain senses that yes, we are looking at a specific screen, not we are not in the environment. So that is basically when liquid galaxy covers around 180% of your vision, so that your brain can feel that you are basically at that place. So that makes an, like here point is mentioned, that matching natural description. So that is basically your brain is sensing the visuals which are going in front of the eyes as a real. And the second point, we can see that is basically on the peripheral vision. So as I said, that our peripheral vision is shifted when we are using single screen, but with the liquid galaxy, our peripheral vision is not that much distracted because we are wrapped up between the screens. Now let's see some real world examples. So when we are let's take an example in an education sector. So while studying the geography class, we usually use the traditional methods like textbook descriptions and the flat images, by which as per the study said, the student engagement is around 40% and information retention by the that method is 30%. But when we are using liquid galaxy, so we are basically enjoying the view and considering it as a real. So the virtual visit, like the point says, the virtual visit to 10 countries in 20 minutes and 3D immersive experience, which gives a sense to the brain that yes, we are experiencing something. So as a study says that by that the student engagement is increased to 95% and information retention is 75%. Now let's see the example in a business sector. So let's consider a real estate property showcase. Well, the buyer is there, so we can basically traditionally we show the floor plan, the blueprint, the photo of the location, and the brochure. But with the Liquid Galaxy, we can show the buyer that what the specific location is, how is the neighbor, what are the like entities we can see there, like where is the school, how much distance it will be taking from home to school, and what will be the location of park, what will be the location of shopping market. So these all are the factors which will impact the client visualization, and then which increases the higher engagement and 40% faster decision to the specific property. Some examples are also given here, the travel industry. So travel industry is basically can show the customers that this is the first location and this is the second location to which we will be traveling. And there is one more example like urban planning, when we have to like build a infrastructure. So we can consider that if there is a, yeah, we can with the Liquid Galaxy we can see that yeah, if there is a river, so there is a need to make a bridge over that. Moving on to the demo. So in demo, I will be showing you I have created a Flutter app where there will be a button to start world tour. And for that, I will be explaining you the code first, and then we will be checking it on the Liquid Galaxy whether it is working or not. Moving on with the demo, I would like to show you the KML structure, and we are basically creating an app so that we can communicate with the Liquid Galaxy, as we have created as we also create the Liquid Galaxy app to control our like controller app. So yeah, so if you see, this is a basic Flutter app where we are using the main in which the app will be launched. So this is the gateway for the app. And moving on, this is our home page where the all the main UI and of home page, the button and the command for it, which is stored in LG story, which is a part of story.dart. If I show you here, so this is LG story, and you can see here we are using the similar KML as I explained in the presentation. So you can say we are in a document, we are giving our world tour name. So yeah, we can see this is the first place which we are visiting is Great Pyramid of Giza. The description about that is entered in the description, and the place mark coordinates are entered in the point. The moving on to the next location is the Taj Mahal, India. The description about the that location is entered here, and the coordinate of the place mark has been entered here. Moving on, the next we have Eiffel Tower, Paris, and the description and its coordinate, and Statue of Liberty, and then we will end it. Now, if I show you, this is a simple execute to execute the above KML. So we are taking the KML content and sending it to here to word.kml. And this is the basic fly to, as I explained. So to don't to use fly to again and again, so we have to write such that much big again and again. So we are initializing it here into the fly to, and we are using these variables. So here, like we are when we are going to Egypt, so in a terminal we will see flying to Egypt, and then our Earth start to move to this location. And earlierly we are initializing it like that, so that fly to will call it at the different coordinate as per the location. So these all are the coordinates, and here you can see the duration. This is basically how much time it will be waiting. How much time it will be waiting there at the location. So yeah, this is the location time, and this is all where we will be calling our uh, um, KML for the place mark, and this is to start our tour, basically to fly to. This is the duration between them. Now, if I take you to the service, this is basically to connect to establish the SSH connection between app and the LG, which is like authenticated by SSH socket connection is established by the authentication of username and password. And we are creating a basically here if I show you in a home page, so you can see here we are creating a like a uh, block which will be green if it is connected, like you can see green if connected and red if not connected. So basically that will indicate these all. Yeah, moving on, story dot data I've explained settings. So a setting in which we will be entering our details related to Liquid Galaxy, where all the configuration will be filled. So yeah, we are taking the input, and these all are the UI, and we are saving them. So yeah, this is all our app. So let's run our app. So yeah, now I have turned all the three screens for Liquid Galaxy, and here's our app uh, interface. Here we can see there's a home page where the button to start the world tour is located, and there's a indicator above that indicates whether we are connected to the Liquid Galaxy or not. And here are the SSH configuration of Liquid Galaxy, like IP, port, and username and password. To now let's try to connect. So yeah, now it is connected. So yeah, now if I start the world tour, so if I click on the world tour, so as soon as I click the world tour, so I will be minimizing it so that we can see all the three screens properly. So if I click on the world tour and minimize it, so yeah, Earth starts to rotate and we reach to the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is our first place mark. And if I click on it, so the information related to the Great Pyramid of Giza is visible, initially starting at 148 feet. The Great Pyramid of Giza is world's tallest human-made structure, more than 3,000 years, and all the information related to the Great Pyramid of Giza is visible. Now moving on to the next location. So our next location is basically Taj Mahal, India. So if I click on the Taj Mahal place mark, so yeah, information related which we provided it in the description in our code. So here we can see built in 1653 and it took its time. And now if we go to the next location, that is basically Eiffel Tower. So yeah, if I click on Eiffel Tower here, information related to it will be visible here. Yeah, as you can see, and it will take its time, and then we will be moving to the next and last location, that is basically Statue of Liberty. And you can see the information built in 1889 and 300 meters, 330 meters. And this is our last location, and this is Statue of Liberty. And if I click on the, so here you can see that Statue of Liberty, New York, uh, gift from France in 1856. And now this is the point from where we started. So yeah, that was all about the demo of our creating a virtual tour in the Liquid Galaxy. So by this now, I would like to thank you all for being here and joining us. And I would like to thank Liquid Galaxy to give me this opportunity to present on the storytelling.